I was trying to watch the whole thing. I was laughing too much. Hold on 1 second.
I've been laughing all day.
Why have you been laughing?
I can't. I'll talk about it later in the show. Not about that. It's about something else. Okay. Yeah. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. And Kevin, you might want to remind me to put up that disclaimer when I announce what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because I may forget.
Hey, I was just sent a new picture of a friend in the chat, so I sent it for you.
It's gonna make me laugh.
Wanted to make sure we had the right picture.
Twins.
Hello. Is that Tony Khan in the background?
I don't know. That's what it looks like, yeah.
It looks like Tony Khan on a field trip.
I must sign him.
Will you do some investigations for me?
Oh my god.
Oh, we already got comments. All right.
Yeah, we'll get to those when the show starts.
I gotta click on the show thing so I can read the chat.
I gotta upload this picture. Not that one, but I got a different one to upload when we talk about this. So. Oh god, it's gonna be a fun night. Not that one, but I got different.
Lower the volume. That would help.
Is there an echo?
There was.
Oh, okay.
I can't look at the comments, so somebody's gonna have to cover the Facebook comments.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Once I get my tablet set up.
Okay, I forgot to tell you, Richard. I want to acknowledge the comments till we start the show, but
okay.
I keep forgetting to tell you that.
My bad. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
That's why I like when you be honest with me. What day is it today?
It's Thursday.
I just got a voicemail from or a voice message from a.
Hey Richard, it's Thursday.
Okay. I just got a voice message from Ethan. I'll tell you guys about it after the show. It's hilarious.
Okay. Did Ethan say hello?
No.
Oh, okay.
And we had them laughing last night. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Antonio kept on looking at the chat. He was laughing so hard.
Yeah, I think we're making him a little bit uncomfortable. He wanted to laugh, but he's afraid to.
He couldn't help but laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, let's get serious.
He was being
guys.
serious, and then he started laughing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Put my serious face on.
All right. Yeah. Put it on. See. Hope it stays on. I get to meet Bill laying around here, so try to get him on the. Oh, I don't have Bill cam up. I have to use the webcam. So. I'll move that out of the way. There we go. Oh man. Ready for the weekend.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
My hat feels like it's on tight, but it's not.
I'm gonna hint to you guys the name of the show.
I'm gonna get to that. I got that.
Oh.
I've got something ready.
Okay.
I should have told you before we went live, but
just a little hint.
Yeah, that'll be I think hour number 2 probably.
Okay. All right.
Guys,
I'll give you a few hints.
Sin Bodie, man, he does some good work, man.
He does. He does some great work. He's really good.
Yeah, Richard, you apparently backed away from your microphone.
Yeah.
You backed away from your microphone.
Oh man.
Now I'm back.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Back. Yeah.
It's just when you lean back a bit, it's hard to hear you a little bit.
Yeah. I gotta sit up.
Maybe pull it a little bit closer to you, maybe, or
close
you
my
know.
door.
It's Thursday.
There we go.
I didn't want to address
Hey,
the commenters.
it's my Friday.
But it's a regular restart show. Is it? Okay. Restart show. Let's start the show.
Hey everyone, this is Ben Walker from Championship Belt Brothers. Spanning the Globe starts now.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Spanning the Globe. My name is Mark Maggard, and it is Thursday night. I think we all know that, don't we?
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
That's right, that's right.
Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Thirsty
Thursday.
Thursday.
Who
I'll
the
drink
heck
to that.
Thursday.
Hello, Thursday.
Yeah, hello Thursday. Hello to our viewers. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us like you always do.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff tonight. We're going to talk about the Vince McMahon situation, which is quite the situation.
Yes, it is.
And hour number 2, I've got something planned, but I don't really want to give it away. So I'm just going to drop some hints here. So you just have to guess. It's a surprise. So
Yeah. Just
so, oops. Okay. So let's get started. Joining me tonight, Mr. Richard Ward next to me, aka the Warden. Good evening. Are you listening?
What's up, everybody?
Okay. Lay off the
Yes.
porn, man. Next to him is Dav, aka Dave's not here.
What's going on, gentlemen?
And underneath me there is Mr. Grandpa
Dave's not here.
Walker. What's that say? Grandpa what?
superstar.
Oh, Grandpa
Superstar.
Okay. He is one of the ab bands of Championship Belt Brothers, the other group.
The other group.
Yep. And
Hello,
speaking of
everyone.
another group, next to him is Mr. Andy B,
Hey, everybody.
founder, CEO of Love Those Wrestling Belts.
That's me.
So let's see what we got commenting tonight or watch this show. We appreciate you joining us tonight, as you always do. Mr. Kirk Hall,
Hey, Kirk.
always first.
Always first. Always there.
Joins from
What's
down
up,
under
Kirk?
tonight, Mr. Pierce Austin.
What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
Pierce.
It's either,
How's it going?
I think it's afternoon there.
What's up, Pierce?
Yep. It's good.
Or late
They're all
morning.
good.
Morning. Yeah.
Late morning.
Something around there.
Tyler Dove, howdy.
Hey.
Hey, Tyler.
What's up,
Ethan
brother?
Thompson.
Uh,
Ethan, I got your.
They just
I
got
got
pregnant
your
already.
voice message.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What's up,
yeah.
E?
Hey, Ethan.
Ethan, I got your voice message, and if you do that, send me those, would you please? Please, I want those. Mr. Dave Miller.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Pond water.
Gary
Brew.
Sutton.
What's up, Dave?
What's
What's
up,
Dave?
Gary?
That's
What's up, Gary?
right.
What's up, Gary?
Gary did
Hey,
favor this
Ricky.
morning. Appreciate
Hey,
What's up,
Ricky.
Ricky?
James Ellis. Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody dropped some.
Okay.
My cat knocked it down.
Okay,
Oops.
touche. We did this to the Bells of Bells podcast last night. So no, the Goat Milk Diaries. I'm sorry, Goat Milk Diaries.
Yeah.
Goat's milk.
We didn't forget, Scott. We didn't forget.
No,
Thanks
we
for
did
covering us. They appreciate that.
What day is it?
What up, Gary?
You know what date? You know what day it is, Richard?
Mr. Christopher Raines.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
my
I knew he'd be
Friday.
watching tonight.
Hey, Christopher.
Scott, hello again.
What's up, Chris?
Oh, we can officially start the show.
Nor!
Roar!
A little
We're
north.
official now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, join us from the
It
great
is.
country of Malaysia. I lost my. There we go. Yeah, the Shylock is in the house, making the rounds in the groups today. Appreciate that, Christopher. He included us this time,
Thank you, Christopher.
and Kevin is included in that.
What's that?
He
missed
said
Nice.
we are number one in his book. He included you in that.
Thank
Usually it's
you,
just
thank you.
Ben.
I
Usually
pay
it's just
$20
Ben.
a month for it.
There you go.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Christopher.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Chris.
birthday.
And Chris
53rd
always knows
birthday.
what day it is.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday, young fella.
Okay, what Scott's alluding to, we appreciate each and every viewer, and we appreciate you guys, and we tell you every week, tell your friends about the podcast, but don't do this. Don't go spamming the groups because there's certain groups that frown upon that. I was kicked out of a group for spamming another podcast a few years ago. In fact, I was asked to do it, and
We've all
found
done
out,
it before.
We've all done
We've
it. So.
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
But go tell your friends in private messages or tell your friends in person, but don't go to the other groups and spam because it'll cause some trouble for you. And we don't want
Yeah.
that to happen to any of our viewers. So we don't want any trouble for them or for us because we got a lot of messages today. But thank you very much we appreciate that. We really do.
You might get a case number.
Yeah, it's never. That's right. Exactly. Span the globe we are. That's right. It is. It's Friday
What's up,
Eve, Dave.
Facebook user? It's Friday Eve, yeah. It's my Friday.
It's Michael Bay explode. There we go. Yeah.
What's up, Joey?
Joey? Thursday's usually not the bin. Is it Big Al's? Did y'all say that?
Big Alice.
That is a lie. Grandpa is on Spanning the Globe on Thursdays.
Yeah. Ashley,
Suntan Superman is on
Hey,
is
Rylan.
on Big Al's on Fridays.
Ashley, my baby girl, and hello, Rylan. Hello, Rylan. He was running fever last night. He's better
Aw.
today.
Hey, Ron. Hey,
Uh,
Ashley.
and I'm glad she commented because I forgot to mention our sponsors, of which she's one unofficial sponsor. But this show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Built with Leathery and by Unique Championship Belts. Now, if you want a nice, cool T-shirt of a wrestler or some saying for wrestling or something like that, she does custom T-shirts and she does ship. We've gotten some. A couple of our viewers have gotten some. But you can look her up on Ashley Southern Designs on Facebook. Just message her through there. Tell her what you want. She'll fix you up. You pay the shipping, and you got yourself a really nice shirt.
She does great work, everybody.
She does. That's great work.
Fantastic. Fantastic
Ashley,
work.
can you make me the one that Andy's wearing?
Let's show that. There we go. That is no slam on
I
Bam.
want-
No, not at all.
No, this is not. This is not. So
Yeah, please put a
Uh,
disclaimer,
yeah.
and we're not going to
This-
go 45 minutes deep on it.
No.
Okay.
This is going to go. We're going to mention this in the second hour. The meaning behind this it has
Bout.
nothing to do with what's on the shirt,
Bout.
but yeah,
Bout.
bouts. Yeah, that's right. This is a shot at somebody else, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the perfect shirt to do that with. I don't know if their store's still open. If not, you can get the shirts. I have some of the shirts.
I'm ordering one of those tomorrow.
No, I want it made
Andy,
just
hook
like
me up.
that with the duct
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got to have the duct tape.
I wouldn't exactly call it that, Scott. But
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Sean Randall,
Hey, Sean.
public enemy number one. He's-
Welcome aboard, Sean.
Look
What's
at
up,
look at
Sean?
Scamalicious tonight.
Right.
he was the guest of honor
That
on,
was a
on
sca-
video. Yeah.
That was a
Rob.
scam malicious haircut in that picture
Yeah.
too. What's
Hey,
up,
Rob.
Rob?
He caught your good side too, by the way.
Yeah.
Howdy, Carl.
Hey, CJ.
I want to.
What's
I
up,
want to-
CJ? Hope all is well, man.
Yeah.
Our condolences to Mr. CJ Smith. He lost
Yes.
a loved one today. So
Yes.
after a
Praise
heart
to your
battle.
family, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sorry.
Hopefully
Thoughts
we
and
can bring
prayers
you a
go
laugh
out to you
tonight.
and your family, man.
Hopefully we can bring you a laugh tonight. Take your mind off things. So, but thanks for watching. There he is. Ultimate Cuddles.
The ultimate one.
Yeah.
All the
Vince
way
screwed
from
Vin-
the other side
Vince
of
screwed
Florida.
Vince
We're
along
going
with
to
a
get
few
into
other
that.
people.
We're gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are. We are. That's one of the things we're going to talk about at the top of the show. You're welcome.
Yep.
There's Drew. Hello, Drew.
It's a crappy
Drew!
topic, but we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
What's
There's
up,
no way
Drew?
around it. No way around it.
Okay, I'll come back to the comments here in a second. But I want to
Maybe.
get some business to take care of first. We always do our belt of the week at the top of the show. By the way, the show is simulcasting both on Facebook and a couple of groups, Wide World of Belts, and on Love Those Wrestling Belts.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are not members of any of those groups, I encourage you to join them. They're very good groups, if I do say so myself. But they're anti-drama. The show's an exception. But the groups are a safe haven for people that just want to enjoy the collection of belts. And you can also go to Championship Belt Brothers if you're not a member of that group. That's Ben's group.
Mm-hmm.
Those I would say there's several really good groups out there, but these are the three that we associate with mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're watching us on Facebook, please be sure you click the StreamYard link and then click on the little option that allows your name to pop up on the screen so you don't show up as one of many Facebook users. We want to see who we're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, that show is made portion of the show is made possible by the Brothers in Kayfabe podcast. I believe that Jake Keel has retired, but Landon has picked up the reins, and I think they're going to be broadcasting again. So we're hoping that's the case. But they help pay for the StreamYard subscription, which makes it affordable for everybody. We really appreciate that. So, Brothers Kayfabe podcast of Oklahoma City. They love wrestling. They like to talk about WWE and ECW if that's your thing. So let's start off with the belt of the week. Give me just 1 second. Gotta get the intro here. Okay, I had to move the light while that was doing that. So let me change the angle of the camera here. This is the belt of the week, and I posted a picture of this earlier this week. I just finished this belt last weekend. This is the Florida Heavyweight Championship, recognized by the NWA, Championship Wrestling for Florida. And these plates were made by Ollie Butt, and I bought them off of Tracy Beeman. I bought several sets of plates off Tracy Beeman. I think he's the re-leather guy too, or was. And these are the project belts he just didn't have any use for anymore. So I bought these off of him, and they did not have screws on the back. These are the screw back type plates, which I normally don't like. The one thing I do like about that is you don't have to grind them off when you get before you put the backing on. But I think these plates are done really, really nicely. Some of the paint has issues, just like I had with the Dome Globe from Classic Shields where the plastic gets stuck. But I'm not really too worried about it on this belt. Guys, chime in anytime.
That looks fabulous. I like the border.
Enjoying the view.
like you always do, man.
Looks great.
Now, I added a special thing with this, and Kevin's going to laugh because he laughed before the show started. I put a blue backing on this one
Looks good.
to complement the blue paint, which is a different shade of blue, but it complements the paint on the front of the belt. And I did the, I don't know what they call it, rose type tooling.
Yeah, that looks nice, man.
That kind of tooling on the edges.
Are those silver snaps, Mark, or the gold?
Yes, they're silver.
Oh, wow.
Because there's
those
no
are
gold on the plates.
nice.
But this is the Florida Heavyweight Championship. Barry Windham held this title. I think Mike Rotunda wore this belt. Bass. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Ron Bass held this belt. I think Dusty Rhodes held this. Kevin Sullivan, Kendall Windham, Kendall Nagasaki. A lot of great talents. Billy Jack Haynes wore this belt.
Wow, man. That's a lot of famous wrestlers.
Yeah, I think David Von Erich held a version of this belt. Or maybe it was a Southern title. I think it was a Southern title. But a lot of great wrestlers held this belt. It's a very historic belt. And this belt was not on my radar to buy. And Tracy had put these in the belt groups for sale for quite a while, and I kept looking. I thought these are not bad. And he finally dropped the price to where I thought, okay, I'll jump on it. And I was going to sell this belt, but after I got it done, I thought I might keep it. So
That's pretty cool, man.
thank you. So let me get this turned back around. Sorry, Platt, if you're watching, there is no crotch cam.
Crotch cam.
Crotch cam.
Nope, Johnny's out.
No crotch cam for you.
I also want to show off. Oops. There you go. Got the cover was missing it. Also, still have this belt for sale. I sold the other one. I still have this one for sale. It's upside down. This is the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, the Dome Globe. Hang on. Got cables in the way here. Here we go. The plates were made by Dream Championship Belts, and I put these on my leather. Double loop lacing. I've had a lot of people ask me about this belt, but nobody's jumped on it yet. But I'm selling this belt for $375 shipped, and it's worth every penny, I believe. At least the guy that got the other one said so. It's 4mm zinc with CNC etching, and it's nice and deep, very deep. Very great detail. Yeah, I got that. Lay on the ground, on the carpet. Okay. I did the leather on this, so it's $375 shipped for this belt. And I've had a lot of interest in it, but nobody's pulled the trigger yet. Oops. I don't have enough room here.
Buy it.
Yeah, buy it.
Buy it.
I've got 4
Buy
Dome
the
Globes.
belt, please.
I don't
Somebody
need more.
take the damn belt.
And then I have this one, which is the Fandu Dome Globe. It has the the UK plate on it, side plate. It does have a little tarnish on the main plate. It looks like little water droplets, like somebody sprayed water and didn't dry it off, like you get water spots in your car, but it's not bad. Fandu is known for that. And it has the faux leather, which has the screws exposed on the back, see, like that. So, and I don't plan on re-leathering. I was going to, but I decided I'm not going to do that. So if you'll buy this, I will take $350 for it. I think it's $100 cheaper than what they sell on the Fandu website, and there's hardly anything wrong with it except for a few little tarnish spots on it. And it comes with the NWA bag, belt bag. So I've had a few people ask about this too, but nobody's pulled the trigger yet. So $350 shipped for a $450 Fandu belt.
Heck of a deal. Heck of a deal.
I like to think so. And I got one more, and this is not finished yet. It's in the process of being laced. I bought this to keep, but I don't have the room, and I'm going to end up selling it. It is the WCCW Middle Eastern Heavyweight Championship. This was an actual title over in Israel. They created this, I think it was for Mike Von Erich to hold the championship. They never actually made a belt for this. So this is a concept belt. It's got the blue banners. I put at the bottom of this one, I put World Class Wrestling Association, which is the name of the company.
Perfect touch.
Yeah, I thought so. And then on the back, on this side, I put in horizontal, larger letters, a stamped WCWA on the strap.
Nice.
That looks great.
And then on the other side, on the short side, or the long side, I put WCWA vertically with the smaller letters.
Nice.
And then you got my leather stamp there. And I got all of it laced except for the bottom. I got to do. And it also has blue backing. Blue backing.
Very nice.
It will have silver snaps when I get done. I usually put the snaps on last. But I just have the bottom left to lace, and I'm hoping to have it done tomorrow evening or Saturday. So I'm selling this one for $350 shipped. That's what I usually get for a laced belt. So if you want this belt, hit me up tonight or tomorrow. Otherwise, it will go in the sales groups, on the sales posts. But I'd like to find a home for it. I would love to keep this belt. I just don't have the room for it because I've got some other belts that I have planned to do. The plates, by the way, were made by Unique Spirit, or Unique Championship Belts. That's our sponsor. Beautiful plates. Absolutely beautiful plates. I had one of these before, and I sold it to Gianni. The only difference was it was had said WCCW, and it just looked.
And
I didn't like the way it looked. So.
And his was autographed.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it sure was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the story I don't want to talk about.
Right.
That belt was given to me by a well-known scammer, and when I put it on leather,
The king of scammers.
yeah, I put a little graffiti on the back before I put the backing on. So
You sure did. I remember.
I did.
Yeah. Personalized.
Let me catch
Personalized.
up. Yeah, let me catch up on the comments here. Where are we at? I did not see this. I don't know. Anybody know what he's talking about here?
Yes.
Were the pictures?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, I didn't see
yes.
those.
Yes.
Tyler, send me a
Yes.
PM of some pictures.
Yes.
I didn't see all of them. I seen
Yeah, please,
some of
please
them.
share, Tyler. Please share.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have the
Scott, don't
uncensored ones, please share them.
Yeah, please. Scott, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't sweat it, man.
Scott,
you
don't
you
sweat
didn't.
it. You were
right,
trying to do a good thing. It just
Right.
You're good, Scott. Don't worry.
yeah,
about
you're good.
it.
You're good. We do
Yeah.
appreciate it. Just in some situations, you kind of have to know what your bounds are there. So, but we do appreciate it. We really do.
Sure do.
Brian, it's hard to get those little intricate little cuts. I'm just trying to do it, but extra small is tricky.
He's trying to do it banana hammock style. Banana hammock style.
Okay. Oh, okay. Calvin Turner. Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate you watching.
Yep.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Hey, Calvin.
Did he? Not yet. Okay. I'll come back to that. Yeah, welcome to the podcast. Yes, thank you very much.
Nice.
So I'll keep putting these comments up, but I want to talk about this because we're going to run out of time because there's a lot to talk about with Vince. As everyone knows, Vince McMahon was sued by a young woman who worked for WWE, and I'm trying to find my. There it is. Okay. For some atrocious things that occurred behind closed doors. Yes, she can. Yes, she can.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, where do I start? It was no secret that Vince McMahon is not a very
it's a kind of crappy
person.
situation if you think of it.
Well, yeah, but we've all known that Vince McMahon is not a very kind person. He's just not.
No.
I've seen him do interviews where he slapped paper out of a reporter's hand because the reporter asked a question that he did not like. I think it was an HBO reporter. He did that. Snarled at him and stuff like that. And I've told people this. I may have said on the show last week, but I believe we had a hint of what kind of stuff he was into because of the Attitude Era. I mean, you had the Kiss My Ass Club. He encouraged sexual harassment in the ring with Trish Stratus. He had the Edge and Lita thing on the bed in the middle of the ring, engaging in what we all presume was simulated sex. Who knows what was really going on in the colors? But I mean, these are the kind of things he was into with the Attitude Era. And I believe this was an extension of his actual personality.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, this woman, what's her name? Starts with a J, I think. Janelle Grant. Grant, who was a staffer in various areas of WWE. I think he had moved around as things kind of progressed. He met her, I believe, if I remember correctly, he met her at the condos where he lived. Somebody introduced him to her. I think it was a landlord or somebody. And that's how this all got started. It is Black History Month. Yes, it is. Thank you for bringing that up.
Shout out to Akeem the Dream.
Yeah. Akeem, yeah. It depends on which one, Nor. There's two of them.
The second one I recommend, not the first.
The second one is yes, highly recommend. Yes. So anyway, let's. I don't really want to go into what Vince did because some of the stuff is way too
disgusting.
Yeah, it's not family friendly.
No,
but let's just
terrible.
say there were some horrible sexual acts that took place allegedly by this Janelle Grant. He had promised her a new life with promises of a yet to be determined role at WWE. He showered her with attention, assurances, and gifts. Which I'm going to go down the list of those gifts because some of these cracked me up. I'm trying to scroll down through this legal document. But he was basically having some pretty rough sex, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. I mean, brutal sex, I guess, with her.
Brutal's a good word for it, yeah.
Brutal, yes, absolutely. I mean, he brutalized this woman. And not only did he brutalize her, he basically shared her with other WWE officials.
Mm-hmm. Like she was a piece of property that he owned.
Yeah, yeah. John Laurinaitis was named in the suit. Thank you, Chris. Not drilling over that one, are you? Yeah, a lot of history of that belt, yes. But he shared her with John Laurinaitis allegedly. And from what I understand, there's been some stuff released today that John Laurinaitis is trying to blame it on Vince, saying he made me do it. He's trying to absolve himself of all responsibility for that.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar was mentioned in the suit.
Yep.
And I don't remember if she named him. She
didn't name him
as a
the former UFC champion that Vince was trying to re-sign. It's pretty obvious.
Yes. He wanted pictures or video of her urinating, which I thought was kind of weird. I think she obliged him too, didn't she? Hello, Jason.
I think it got to a point where she felt
Jason?
she had whatever he asked because she was so scared of him. I mean, she just
That's what she's saying. Now, the only two people that know really what happened there, or at least two people or more, are Vince and Janelle Grant.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's a hint of truth in a lot of that stuff. I can't.
Is there such thing
prove
as
it.
super nasty? I mean, that's
But I guess John Laurinaitis was having some what are the things
What's
they say
up,
when you
Vinny?
get together in a hotel room? He'd go to meet her at a motel for a tryst on his way to work, supposedly.
Yeah, Vince would
And
set up days that they were to get together, like certain mornings.
booty call.
Yes. But John Laurinaitis is married to the Bell Twins' mother.
Yeah.
And I don't know I think I've seen her before. Isn't she a beautiful woman?
She is.
John
She-
Laurinaitis' wife?
Very pretty lady.
And Janelle Grant's an attractive lady. I saw a picture. I thought, how could you do something like that? Somebody like that? How could she do something like that?
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
in the words of
Because
Ted
Vince treats
DiBiase, everybody's at a
Vince
price.
Vince treats employees and other people like possessions and not people, and takes advantage of them however he can.
James, I cannot put your comment on the screen. Sorry. He doesn't like the Union Jack on that side plate. Being from Ireland. Anyway, let me see if I can find this list. There's a lot of stuff involved in this legal filing.
It was like a 67-page
Yes.
report, wasn't it?
Yes. And by the way, if you
God.
enjoy Jim Cornette's podcast, what they call it, the
Oh,
drive
yeah.
through, he talks about this, and it's worth a listen. It's like 45 minutes long.
It's simply you got to hear it because rarely do you hear Jim Cornette being shocked at something, and he's literally he's shocked
Yes.
just for that alone.
Vince had paid for a surgery for her. I think it's $25,000 for a surgery. She at one time expressed concern that she had no intention of having sex with those strangers, these other people, and requested that McMahon make that message clear. I just saw this for the first time. She felt threatened and distressed by the responses her pictures were getting. He was sharing, I guess, new pictures of her among the wrestlers and
Jesus.
Yeah, he was sharing pictures like he was sharing pictures of, oh, here's my dog. Was he my dog?
Wow.
Just
yeah.
thick.
Which does not shock me at all, really.
That's nuts.
No, the Vince
But over
McMahon
time-
we all know.
Yeah.
Dude, this almost fits him perfectly. That the stories we've all heard about him.
What scares me is just think what we don't know, and I don't want to
exactly.
know. But
Right.
There are some.
I'm done.
some
I heard
screen-
enough.
Yeah, there are some screenshots allegedly from Vince to her, text messages, and I'm not going to read those because there's language in there. I just don't think it's family friendly. I mean, it's awful.
Right. Yeah.
He sounds like a 17-year-old trying to get his first, sexual experience with her.
first piece.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 70-something
Platinum.
years
There's
old.
Platinum.
Platinum.
Hey,
Yeah,
Platinum.
What's up?
So anyway, he showered her with some gifts.
And something else. He did.
I know.
Well,
It
she
invo-
needed a shower.
Well,
he,
yeah.
he excreted human waste on her body. for lack of a better term, but I'm trying to scroll past these screenshots of the.
That's
the
kind of
text
corny,
messages.
guys.
If you haven't seen the screenshots of these text messages, they're absolutely disgusting. I read a couple of them and I can't read it anymore. I just. God, this is long. Oh, here we go.
This is a guy we all looked up to when we were kids.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't look up to him. I just know
No.
there's Vince. I mean,
I think she
My
did
parents
a
just
few
raised me to
times.
look up to people.
Yeah.
There were some threesomes that were involved. I mean, it's just unbelievable what allegedly occurred. Now, I'm saying allegedly because none of us know what happened. These are filings, according to her. We're not presuming guilt or innocence. He's presumed innocent until proven guilty. But this is a civil lawsuit. This is not a criminal filing.
And that is. I want everybody to know that's very, very key. That this is a civil
yes
filing.
mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind when you're hearing the stories and a little bit of poor victim.
Yeah. You can say
when you
that.
ask me my thoughts, I'll give my thought.
Oh, there's Gianni.
What's up, Gianni?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Sorry,
that-
Gianni. Couldn't help it. Sorry.
That stuff was sick and demented, man.
It was. So let's
you
get
read.
to the less disgusting stuff. Let's go down the list of. And these are a bunch of things here. Examples of the items that she received from McMahon in 2019 alone included the following: alternative clinic medical care and medical and cosmetic services and products, clubhouse access tickets to the Belmont Stakes, which is a horse race up there in New York. WrestleMania private full-day transportation and premium tickets, a $2,000 Nordstrom gift card, and a massive, this is what it says in the filing, a massive box of Godiva. Examples of
from Vince.
These are items. These are itemized by year. Okay, this is 2020. What he gave her, $20,000 towards surgery paid directly to a surgeon's office. A pearl diamond paved lariat necklace from Betteridge in Greenwich, Connecticut, not including the pearl necklace she got when they were alone.
I was gonna say, he gave a pearl necklace.
He wasn't the only one.
No,
He gave. I can't believe I said that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He gave her a blue cashmere knee-length cardigan from Nordstrom. That was in addition to the $2,000 Nordstrom gift card, I guess. He gave her a blueberry check cashmere scarf. I wonder if that came from MJF. That also came from.
Wow, she was like really specific of the stuff she got.
Yes. She also got a blue cashmere and fur hat from Nordstrom, and two more things from Nordstrom. She got a gray cashmere shawl and Celine sunglasses from Nordstrom. And she also got a cable knit throw blanket and large bouquets of flowers delivered approximately every other week for 2020. That's what she got 2020. Okay, for 2021.
She got McMahon chocolate too.
That was X-Lax.
She got man chocolate, yeah.
Oh God.
That is horrible, man.
You have to laugh this because it's so ridiculous. It's beyond any. I can't say. There's no words to describe it.
And this the thing. This all came out because he didn't pay her $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
That was
$2 million, which is like $2.
I thought it was $3.
That's
Was
pocket
it
change
$3?
for Vince.
Well,
No,
hold on.
it was $3. It was $3 million total.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the non-disclosure agreement, for her silence, he agreed to pay her $3 million, and then he backed out, paid her $1 million, and said, "Screw the $2 million."
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Basically, if I
man.
understood correctly from legal experts, that voids the non-disclosure agreement.
Yes.
He
You didn't head up. He didn't hold his
violated
end pocket. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
He didn't hold his end
well,
of the bargain.
But from what I understand, they did after he had her sign a non-disclosure agreement. He found, I guess, Linda McMahon found out, and that's what prompted him back out. That they leaked her name. They leaked her name for whatever reason.
Wow.
I guess to try to discredit her and try to make her look like a horrible person.
And can you imagine what story she must have?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Jeez.
$2 million.
I know it sounds cliche, but imagine a fly being on the wall.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Well-
like $2 to him.
Well, if he was pooping on the woman, the flies were
Yep, plenty of
there
flies.
to take it up.
Plenty of flies.
I really want to talk about what he did to her, but I don't want to do that. I mean,
No.
No,
I don't
it's
wanna-
just it's sickening. You guys, it's out
No,
there
we
to
can't.
read.
well,
It's
okay.
out there to read.
It's readily available.
But
It's
this is the
disturbing.
In that act where he did that to her, the excrement, he went and took a shower and came back and started on her again.
Right.
Definitely.
While
I mean,
that was
okay,
still in her hair.
Yes, and servicing somebody else.
You're nasty.
I mean, how would you like to be the other guy? And that happens. I mean, ugh, God.
Right. That's
There's no
ridiculous.
Where's the
man.
happy ending
mean,
here?
I'm done.
Oh, Vinny.
I'm
oh,
done.
Vinny Carquito.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
Vinny
I'm good.
Vinny Carquito's the one that bought the other Dome Globe. He's very happy with it. Thank you, Vinny, for
Yeah.
buying it. I'm very glad you're happy with it. Very glad you're happy with it.
What's
Did
up,
I
Vinny?
skip some?
It takes
Oh,
a special type of person
I'm skipping
to
some.
do the things that you read in that document.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
there's something
Mhm.
mentally just
Yeah.
I don't know if he checked out
What's up,
years
Marshall?
ago and he just started living in this fantasy world where he controlled everything and he took people literally for the last 40 plus years and used them as chess pieces. He's done it. Hulk Hogan all the way down.
Mhm.
And when you read a document like that, it's disturbing because it's scary how much control he had over people like that.
He lived for control.
Yes, he
Allowed control.
he was allowed control. Correct, Kevin.
Mhm.
He was allowed control because in the ones that didn't go along with it, you see where they ended up at. So
Maybe
went
Big
back-
E,
I
Tyler.
lost
yeah, right. That's probably where Big E came from. Big excrement. That's sick.
Okay, this
Um,
was something else. Thanks for bringing this up, Johnny. He used sex toys on her that he named after wrestlers.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, I'm just glad that Randy the Ram was not a real wrestler.
Right.
Can you
I
imagine?
mean, they did call Brock Lesnar the next big thing.
Did he use the people's?
Right. Like that's just I don't know, man. It's
The people.
it's
the,
almost
the
it's
people's
border,
toy.
it's borderline uncomfortable even talking about it
It is.
because it's just what I read. I didn't even read the whole document, but I read enough
Yeah.
to like I checked
don't
out
need to
on that
read it
whole
now.
conversation.
Ugh.
No, I checked out on that whole conversation.
A little
I-
bit was plenty with that story.
Exactly. Exactly.
Jeez.
I wonder if he had one called Big Show. I would have hated.
So, oh man, The Rock.
Oh, Jiminy.
I'm just glad that El Gigante was not in WWE.
That's
Right.
the people's toy. That's the
Right.
people's toy.
What was the 10th? I
Oh,
wonder
my
what the
God.
Fun
10th.
with Andre.
I wonder what the 10th one of the world
Here's
was.
Haystacks.
Haystacks.
Doink. I bet Doink was in there.
Right. Just,
Here's Haystacks
that's-
Calhoun.
I don't know.
No,
Let me
he had-
let me
he
quit
enjoyed
because
Dink.
Well,
Please
my,
don't go there, James.
Think was the
my,
yeah, some of those people got around that environment. Ronda Rousey got around that environment and like, what the hell is going on in here?
Oh crap.
What were you gonna say, Kevin?
But Ronda Rousey came out and said that as long as Bruce Pritchard was there, Vince was still running things. He didn't have to be there because Bruce would
Right.
follow whatever he wanted done. Bruce
Right.
would get it done.
Right.
So you're probably seeing Bruce being let go in the near future, I would think.
Vinny makes a good point. there's been a pattern of sexual accusations with Vince, and I don't think anybody's actually surprised. They talk about Donald Trump. I don't want to get political here, but Donald Trump has made headlines in the National Enquirer for the last 40 years. And then he gets to be in the White House, all of a sudden they're like, well, he's a terrible man. Well, where have you been in the last 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But yeah, there's a pattern of allegations or accusations, and he has bought his way out of those.
Exactly. Drew.
Yeah, there you go. You kind of want to take a shower after reading these documents. I'm not even done with the gifts yet. There's one more year. He bought some more gifts. These were the more extravagant.
Oh, Jesus.
In 2021, he bought her a 2022 BMW 430xi. What do those run? 80, 90,000 bucks?
More than that.
More than
I think
that?
those
Okay.
things. I think those things are $120,000, $130,000 cars.
Pocket
Could
change
be.
event.
He also
Right.
bought
Well,
her a.
if it's pocket change to him, he should have paid her that other $2 million that he owed her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This
We
could have
wouldn't
all
be
gone
talking
away.
about
Blew it.
this.
He
We
blew
wouldn't
it.
be talking about this right now.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Something checked out on him that he didn't pay
Yep.
her that $2 million.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He also bought her a $5,000 gift certificate at Lanfear Spa. So he pampered the hell out of her when he wasn't pounding the hell out of her.
Right.
2 private chef catered dinners in McMahon's condo. Ooh. Dinner in bondage. I like it.
Was it in Boca?
Yeah, I don't know. Gold and diamond paved paperclip necklace.
He's come down here before.
Yeah. He got her a gold and diamond paved paperclip necklace from Betteridge in Greenwich, Connecticut. I guess they specialize in necklaces at Betteridge. A $15,000 Bloomingdale's gift card. Or no, it's cards. I'm sorry, cards. A food assortment display, an antique tea ceremony set from Saudi Arabia, and large bouquets of flowers delivered approximately every other week. So, now this lawsuit alleges that Ms. Grant was a subordinate, which she was, and vulnerable victim to predators, not a consenting and willing participant. So, I mean, I would say after a certain period of time, yeah, she would be, but that first time, he supposedly promised her, there we go, okay. Yeah. It's a Kansas City, Ric Flair's line, thank you. Thank you, Tyler, appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're a good
Thank
guy.
you, Tyler.
You're a good kid. You're a
Thank
good
you.
kid.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that both sides. I guess you could. It doesn't matter whether it was consensual or not. It's disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting. But you got to watch the Jim Cornette podcast where he talks about this because Brian Last, who's his other co-host, does some impersonations of Vince that are hilarious. Vince got plastic surgery. They won't recognize me now. It's hilarious. What was the other one he said, Andy? When he talked about Vince McMahon.
He just was. He was basically. He was just literally. I've never seen Jim Cornette shocked before, but he was.
Yeah.
He just like, oh my God, you're kidding. I mean, I've never heard him like that.
Yeah.
That alone was just worth the listening.
Oh, the shock Jim. That is it is bad.
That's a major event right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have put a warning up, rated TVMA on this. I mean, we tried to keep it as clean as we could, but I mean, it's so disgusting. It's hard to clean it up, to present it, but it has to be talked about.
Here's my question. She can't be the only one. How many other ones are we getting ready to hear about? This can't be the first one.
Well,
it won't be.
Somebody came forward. Who was it?
Probably won't because they signed the agreements and have to stick to them.
Yeah.
Right, but what if one slipped through or a couple of slipped through? We're talking about this man has been in control of this company for almost 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
What all, especially, let's even talk about from 1980 to 2000. In that time frame right there,
Mhm.
how many more of these do we know of? We're not
Yeah.
even talking about something that happened from 2000, whatever her time frame is, 2019 or 18, 19,
When was
20.
it that he forced that? Was it the ring announcer, the lady? He
That was
forced her.
back in the 80s,
Yeah. So I mean, he's had it in his history. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Tori Wilson
Yep.
came out today, said he did some
Yep.
stuff with her. I haven't read the details, but I just saw somebody post that earlier.
And then the one girl who killed herself like
Jesus.
2 or 3 years ago, I think she was
Ashley Massaro.
Ashley Massaro. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, my
And
goodness.
she was
Ashley
raped. She was
Mazzaro,
raped
yeah.
on tour. She was raped on tour over at Tribute to the Troops. That's what they say. But she committed suicide.
For a reason.
What this
Yeah.
a lot of this, what if she was here right now? What could we be hearing?
Why am I not
That
surprised by this comment?
Gianni's got pictures of everything.
No, thank you,
good.
Gianni.
Right,
I've seen
I'm
the
good.
pictures. I don't need them. Thank you. Appreciate
good.
it. I'd rather have
Right.
Tyler's pictures.
Gianni, do you
Right.
name your toys?
Is that
too?
like is that like the Rockford Files? It's the Johnny Files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me let me say this. You know, when you have that much money, you run out of things that will shock you, excite you, get thrills for you. So when you have that much money, he became such an arrogant person that he was getting off on the fact that he could do this with people and get it away. Like, you're so low that you're so pathetic to get in this industry that this is what you're worth to do. And there needs to be something said for that too. That this female went along with this. At any point she could have got up and left. There's no accusation of being held against her will, tied up, didn't do any of this against her will. You can see in the text messages, if you go to the Lex message, she's responding to it. You're receiving these gifts. You're taking these gifts for so long. And then when either the money you got ran out, you start, which is what, 2 years now? Whatever money he gave or whatever. I'm not getting any, I didn't get my $3 million for my non-disclosure agreement, so I'm just going to go public with this. And it seems to me that if you wanted vindication, that you would have not filed a civil lawsuit. You would ask for the DA to review all this beforehand, and then got a conviction out of it, which would have made a civil suit 3 times more valuable than what it was.
Yep.
But you lowered yourself to try to get into the business to do all this. You allowed it. You allowed yourself to be crapped on. You allowed yourself to be used. And I don't like when people sit here and say that this person is 100% the victim. You wanted to get into the business so bad, you did it this way. There's other avenues to get into it. There's other places to do it. Or if your self-worth is that low that you have to accept that to do it, that's pathetic. Vince is an absolute monster and pathetic, and he should be held accountable if these things are true by not being responsible to be a part of a company anymore, because he abuses the company and abuses that right to do it. But she accepted all these things. So I have a hard time finding a little bit of sympathy for her when she did these things. And you should have went to the authorities right away if it wasn't 100% voluntary, which she's not claimed that it wasn't. She was claimed she was forced to do it. But forced can be things of their conversations. We could find out that, hey, if you want into this, which it seems like, if you want into this wrestling business, or if you want this promotion, or if you want this, or if you want to be rich and famous, this is what you're going to have to do. And it seems like a lot of the females under him did this. So, because now Tori's saying, well, he did it to me. He did it to me. Well, y'all all went along with it. So nobody did anything to you. You accepted it. So you kind of went along with it. But it's disgusting and horrible. But at the same point, you got to say, look, we need to teach our youth and our children and our daughters, especially our daughters, to stand up and say, no, I'm worth more than that. And I don't need to be lowering my standards to get something.
Right.
Fame is not worth it in the end. It's not worth it, because it leads you to all this stuff coming out. It leads you to all these degradations, and what have you got for it? Now, she'll become wealthy out of this, but isn't that what she wanted all along?
I have to wash his hair.
Right.
Isn't that what she wanted all along? To become famous and wealthy, right?
So, like,
Well,
to talk about what
No,
you were
you're right.
saying, what you say, Kevin?
that
I
she wanted
never
to be
heard, I never heard the word rape, or I didn't
exactly,
see rape.
Yeah.
exactly. She never claimed
That
rape.
that
She
Right.
whole
never.
thing.
Yep.
In those text
You're
messages,
right,
the only thing she said that even sounded like an objection was, "I need a day to rest."
Now,
right,
I'm not condoning what he did, but it's
No.
right,
disgusting. But if you're
right,
two
right,
consenting people, it can't be none of my business or our business. Now, if you're using it, he does seem to use it to leverage to be able to get access to his company. That's not right, but you still went along with it, and you got to know
right.
you have a little bit of self worth. But it seems like to me when they gave him the 2 years to honor that non disclosure agreement by giving the was it 2 million or 3 million, it seems like when she didn't get
Three
that,
million.
now she's ready to report it because she
Mm-hmm.
wanted that money.
Right.
It's like I got doo-dooed all over and used and whatever, and I'm out of money and the gifts are dried up, so I'm going to come after you
Yeah.
because and all these other employees in WWE that knew about this and allowed this to go on, they need to be held responsible for too.
Right.
If
Mm-hmm.
it was a
Yeah.
pay for gain thing.
All right.
I've said this
Mm-hmm.
among our chat people. I believe this is probably the reason why Pat Patterson had all those accusations for trying to get with the male wrestlers, because that was the culture that Vince
Yep.
set.
Yep.
Because there were
Yeah.
accusations that
Mhm.
Pat Patterson was coming onto the male talent.
Yep.
It's
It's like the
what
thing of we were
it's one
talking
of
about this earlier. Sorry, it's the thing of where if a female gets beaten, absolutely, you feel horrible for her. You run to the rescue. You run to the issue, this, that, and the other. But then you find out that hold on, let me read this. Leave this up till I read it. Until I finish my point because my head. To where that person goes back to them and gets beaten again. You can't feel sorry for them for the second time if they're keeping going back. Didn't Richard? You said one time on the side of the road you stopped to help somebody and then she started beating on you for beating on the husband that was beating her.
Yeah.
Kevin in the mental health field, I know men who are raped and said nothing. Unless you're in that situation, you can't. Well, I've been in law enforcement for a very, very long time, and I do know the situations. But at some point, you got to stop. You got to step up, and you got to speak to yourself.
you gotta
And if you
speak.
didn't, you
Yeah.
still allowed it to happen. If you don't want to say anything, if
Yeah.
you don't want to step up. But I'm not saying that you didn't step up. I'm saying the way you're going about it is immediately after you gave him 2 years, which was he was initially supposed to give that $3 million for her to hush money. She didn't get it. Then these accusations come out, and it's a first civil lawsuit. It should have been, or attorneys should have did this mutually by saying, "I need the DA to look into this to see if there's any statutorial evidence here to keep going with it, or what the boundaries are in the state of where all this occurred, to where there's any charges, because there needs to be a special DA to look into this to see if he abused his powers, which I'm pretty sure that there's some there, but still, you keep going along with it. There's got to be some times where you say your self-worth stop, and that's what I'm talking about with our kids, that we're losing our kids because they're so much into TikTok and they're so much into fame, that they're so much into this. You've got to at some point say money's not worth your self-worth. We all say you when you die, the only thing you'll have left is your word and your honor and your humbleness. All that money that you have, all these things behind me, when I go and I'm supposed to go before I'm 50 with my disease, this is all going to be given away. So my wife's going to get upset, but all this, when she dies, the house, all you guys' houses and homes, some strangers will live in them. So it'll all be given away or trashed. So enjoy these things, but you got to understand your self-worth is more important.
I want to address what Platinum said here. Nobody would have found out if Vince paid the $2 million, so she's not innocent in this at all. I agree to a certain extent, except for the fact that Vince not only not paid her anymore, he leaked her name out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she shouldn't have taken the money anyway. She shouldn't have done it. But I wasn't there. I don't know what was said to her by him. I don't know what was held over her head or promised to her or anything like that. So it's really hard to put blame on her. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not
Yeah.
blaming her,
Yeah.
but I'm blaming both parties because one didn't say no because you
Right.
kept going to it and you allowed this to happen because you thought you were getting something, and you took all those gifts. You took those gifts
Yeah.
because your self-worth and you being pooped on was worth having fame in the WWE.
She devalued herself.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly.
And that's how he gets off on it. When you see a lot of these rich people with the Epstein stuff or whatever, they've got so much money that nothing excites them anymore than treating people like crap. And that has been around since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, when Satan came to this earth and did what he did, that self-deprecating a crap. But he needs to be held accountable. And she needs to learn to be accountable for what she went along with, and she needs to be an advocate for others to say, look, I shouldn't have done these things. You need to have self-worth, that women do not need to be doing these things, and men, to be able to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that was Ethan towards me. I'm not trying to blame the victim. I'm just trying to say that.
No, he's saying he's a victim blamer. Everybody's got an opinion on it, and nobody's really wrong because nobody really knows. An opinion is an opinion. Yeah. It's not fact.
I'm just going on what she filed and her attorney filed in court with a civil lawsuit.
Yeah, he's clarifying. He's a victim.
It's just crazy.
That's what
it's all crazy altogether. It's just disgusting and crazy.
It's very immoral, man.
He's pathetic. He's absolutely a disgrace to this industry that we all grew up loving. Mm-hmm. And I've said to, and this is it's exactly the reason why you should not let your kids call people their heroes, or I look up to you, or I worship you, or I idolize you, because you never know what these people do in their own business. Say, I appreciate your entertainment and your value. You know, I love the Rock and Roll Express to the death, but they've done some things in their past and their private lives that are their private things that I wouldn't condone, and vice versa. You know, but you can't let your kids worship these things, and you got to give them better value systems to look up to, because I always thought Vince was the best ring announcer when it came to those days and those early WWF days and those Saturday night main events. He was the best commentator.
Yep.
Along with, with what's his name from NWA?
Bobby Heenan.
Gordon Soley.
Bobby Heenan.
Soley,
but Vince, not Gordon. The one who's over at AEW now.
Tony Schiavone?
Yeah, Tony Schiavone is great. Okay. But Vince was great at color commentary.
He was.
Absolutely spectacular.
He was.
Nobody even knew. When I was growing up, I didn't even know he had anything to do with the company. I thought he was just an announcer.
I didn't either.
I had no idea.
And,
I thought he was a hype guy.
It's a shame, because now all those videos where you see him, that's the only thing you're gonna think of, and he's ruined a lot of that. And when you have that much money and you have such a power, you got to hold yourself into a higher standard. And he didn't do that, and he let a lot of people down. And his children should have spoke up too. From what I'm hearing, they knew a lot was going on, and that's who I say is the people that should have spoke up. They should have done something. If I found out my dad or my family member was doing, sorry, you're going to jail, because you're not tarnishing my name.
Yeah. And this is going to play out in court one way or the other. Vince has denied the accusation, saying they're outright lies.
Right. Right.
Some other people come forward. Like I said, Tori Wilson came forward today, said there's some stuff that happened with him. I didn't read the details.
There's fire, and there's been a lot of it, like you guys said, that there's been a lot of accusations. And when it keeps coming out, you have to, And I'm sorry for her. I'm sorry for him, and I'm sorry for the wrestling organization and fans worldwide.
Yeah. And I saw a video today where Kevin Nash was being interviewed, and there was an interview that they were showing him with Scott Hall, where they had a meeting with Vince McMahon, and this is where they were going to have Gold Dust have the crush on Scott Hall. And they didn't feel too comfortable with that until Vince said, well, let me tell you about my first homosexual experience.
Yeah.
And they looked at each other like, as opposed to your last.
Kevin
Nash said that?
Kevin Nash. Yeah, Vince said
Kevin
that
Nash. And Scott Hall.
Sorry.
But supposedly, according to them, Vince said that he had his first homosexual experience while he was hitchhiking. He said, where were you hitchhiking? From the pool house to the house? But some guy picked him up, got him in the car, and started putting his hand on his leg. And I guess I don't remember how old Vince was at that time, but that's the story they told. But Linda McMahon, I don't know if she's going to say anything about it, but this has caused issues with Vince's son.
There's no. She never said she was raped, though.
Yeah.
Right.
No, she knew about the adultery. That's what I'm saying. She knew about the adultery. And
I'm talking
Shane
about
McMahon.
the comment. I'm talking
Okay.
about the comment before that one. She
Okay.
never said that he raped her.
Yeah, she didn't really say that.
And if he did, there's no statutory limitations on rape
Yeah.
in many states. And,
But no, what she's
well,
alleging is
the thing.
sexual harassment.
And let me say one more thing of that. He's right into his thing. Is rape victims sometimes put their money value and say, well, if you'll give me $8 million, then I won't charge you. That type of thing needs to stop too, because it needs to be, these attorneys need to say, no, you're getting charged. And then after the charge, I'm going after you civilly.
Yeah. But this is supposedly the reason that Shane left the company, because Vince tried to get him to participate in these activities. Shane wanted nothing to do with it.
And
Stephanie,
I'm sure Stephanie knew the stories. Stephanie walked from the company too.
Yes.
Yeah, Shane. They say Shane knew some of the stuff that I hear.
He didn't want any part of it.
Hopefully, this girl gets some counseling and gets some help with the money that she's about to get. Because my prediction, it will be settled out of court.
Right.
Before it even gets to court and everything comes out, there won't. I guarantee you, there'll be a closed door deposition.
Oh yeah,
it'll go to closed doors, and I imagine she's going to get somewhere. She'll probably ask for 50 to 60 million, and her attorneys will probably get 20% of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I hope she has a little bit more self-worth and says, no, this needs to go to trial so that everybody hears, and her attorneys pull everybody in for a testimony, and you'll still get your money. I'm pretty sure that the attorneys are smart enough to know that, but sometimes as an attorney, when somebody makes an offer, that attorney has to say that they have to tell their client what the offer is. And sometimes the attorney says, I recommend we get this all out, but it's up to the client.
Mm-hmm.
But this is crafty.
It'll be interesting to see
and
this
again,
play out.
Not blaming anybody, so don't blow up my inbox. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, it's just an opinion. Everybody has their own opinions.
Yeah.
That's what's a good thing about today's society.
Yeah.
But
we just have to wait.
I'm just stating. I was just stating facts. I didn't give my opinion.
But it's just going. I mean, these are allegations right now. A lawsuit's been filed. There will be more stuff play out as it plays along. So just stay tuned. There'll be more to the story and more people probably coming out. It'll be interesting. It's disgusting, but interesting.
It's just sad. It is.
It is.
It's just such a mark on. It's another nail in the coffin for wrestling, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, for me, I was out of the Attitude Era, but my mom wouldn't let my brother watch most of the Attitude Era because of all the sexual content that it had. She says, no, wrestling's being ruined with that mess. And she was right.
Okay, so we're in hour number 2 now, and let's get on to something a little bit more fun.
Wow.
We're going to talk about somebody.
Yeah.
And we'll just let you guess who we're going to talk about. This person is someone who is going around accusing people of being scammers. Most of them that we know about are not legitimate scammers. They're good people in the hobby. And this person, another hint, I have to give you another hint so you know who we're talking about, is someone who sends messages to people saying, you've been accused of being a scammer. Don't give it away, Andy. Don't give it away. I'm dropping hints here, okay? Dropping hints. And says you've been accused of scamming. If you do not respond to me within 24 hours, give me your side, you're going to be automatically guilty, and you'll be plastered all over my group, which we'll get to that group in a little bit. Don't want to give that away yet. So, anyway, he's also posting wanted posters of people saying they're being accused of scammers. By the way, thanks for watching. And this is someone who has been shooting videos aimed at us, which we could take it. We're big boys.
He mentions all of us, all of our names.
Yes, exactly. Claiming that we're lying about some certain things. And we did promise we would not talk about him ever again. But
thank you for not butchering my name.
That is a lie. That is a lie. He did drop another video the other day. So anyway, Okay, okay. You guys can't guess. I have to give it away. We're talking about Guido, just in case you didn't know. But he dropped in a video on YouTube the other day, again reasserting his claim that Sean Randall has scammed him. And Sean, of course, contends that Guido filed a bogus PayPal claim and took $150 from Sean. And I don't know Sean Randall personally. I don't know him. I've never talked to him. I did see his post several months ago when all the stuff. And let me back up. Guido, the reason he was on our radar was not because of the Sean Randall incident. Okay, that was not why we brought him up to begin with. We brought Guido up because he had accused Joey Gray and Man Up of being sketchy or shady middlemen. And we know for a fact these guys are not middlemen. They're not middlemen at all. They're good guys in the hobby. They're collectors. They do have a maker they like to promote because they feel like he does a really good job. A lot of people think he does a good job. So this is why we first brought him up, was because of that. About the same time this came up, good guess, Kirk. You win the prize. Some people do. Yeah, he was looking sexy. Hold on a second. This dog's went in. Anyway, he was going
Nobody
on
has
about
his
the Sean Randall
Stop.
thing.
Nobody has his address.
Yeah, nobody has his address. Yeah. He has no boundaries, but we're supposed to have boundaries. But anyway, he did a lie, or not a lie, but a YouTube video the other night. And before I go on about this, somebody sent me this video.
Ben, you're starting to creep me out.
Somebody sent me a video today.
Ben's starting to creep me out.
Oh boy!
Look at that big pile of dung right there. Anyway, somebody sent me this video. Said, "Hey, you might want to play this on your show." And they thought this would look funny. Be funny if we played this as an intro for our show, because he doesn't pronounce our show right. It's spanning the globe, but he cannot for some reason. It could be a language barrier, I don't know, but he does not pronounce spanning the globe. Ignorant. So this is what this person believes he would sound like if he was doing an intro for our show.
What up, guys? This is Guido, boss of Bounce Most Wanted Scammers. And shitting the globe starts now.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Thank you, anonymous person. I appreciate that. That was great.
That was great. That was good. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know where to start
Look
here.
at Ben.
Well, he's missing one.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay, he was going at Sean Randall most of that video. And that's between him and Sean Randall. Sean Randall's a big boy. He's an adult. He can handle himself, and he's handled himself
Ben,
very well.
you're killing me, bud.
Yeah. And we're not ranting about Guido. We've done that. But the fact of the matter is Guido is nothing but a joke in the hobby.
A big joke.
Nobody outside his pathetic little 750-member group cares about what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's put Ricky Hernandez on blast in his group, put him on his Hall of Lames.
For having an opinion.
For having an opinion, for commenting on our show. Didn't say this is true. He said, if this is true, this should happen. That's what he said. But Guido messaged Ricky Hernandez, and I had to bring this up because this happened on our show, because of our show, and told him, tell me where I was a liar. Tell me where I lied. And we told Ricky, because Ricky said, hey, this guy's messaging me. And he was laughing about it. He ain't too worried about it. I mean, nobody's worried about Guido. And we said, just block him. Ignore him. And so he did. And it pissed Guido off. And Guido's saying, well, now you're not going to answer me. And he says he went crying to the Spanning the Globe guys. He didn't go cry to us. He thought it was funny. He said, I'm not going to leave him alone. I'm going to hound him because he did not respond to him. And I recommend anybody that gets a message from this guy saying, "Hey, you've been accused of this. You need to answer me within 24 hours, or you're going to be considered guilty." Just stick blocking, because there is absolutely zero authority with this guy. Absolutely zero authority.
Zilch. None.
Zilch. Yes, zilch. But he's
Oh,
messaged me.
one second, Mark.
He's his own number one fan.
Hold on. Everyone. Wave to Guido. Hi.
Hi.
We know you're watching.
Hi.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Hey, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Thanks for the view.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. At this point, we're not even beefing with him. It's just he puts himself
Mark.
out there. Huh? Did you say something, Richard?
Can I say one thing when you're done?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll finish.
And I want to say something. I'm going to put a disclaimer too on this, guys. You can't be a pussy if you block somebody back in October and they finally come after you and try to say you tried to join their group. Okay, I tried to come to the group as a man to go to you face to face in a chat, and you denied me. So who's the pussy there, buddy? Thanks for the view.
Yeah.
Keep watching.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
The reason I brought up the fact he dropped. The reason that I bring up the fact he dropped the video is because he sent me the video. He sent me a link and told
Like
me.
and subscribe.
Let me find this message. Hold on, so I can find this. I want to read the way he wrote it.
What'd you say, Ben?
Thumbs up. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
You 300-pound piece of chewing gum. I'm going to keep chewing on you. Grandpa got you.
When he sent me this link to his YouTube video, which is Tuesday night, he sent a message with it. It said, "Learn the truth before you spill lies about me." Okay. First of all, we didn't spill lies about you. What we did was we were talking about the fact that you had gone after Joey Gray and Man Up, accusing them of being shady middlemen, which they are not even middlemen, and there's nothing shady about those guys. You had what you perceived was a bad experience with their maker and accused them of being the scammers. This is what you do. You have bad experience with makers. All of a sudden, they're middlemen or scammers. So we were going after you for that, Kevin. I know I'll get to it in a minute. And then about the same time, the Sean Randall thing came up, and so we brought that up just to mention there's a pattern of behavior with this guy. We reported what we saw in those posts, and there was a video that even Guido himself had posted on YouTube addressing what he did. And I believe, if I recall correctly, and Ben can back me up on this, Gary Suck can back me up on this, because they both saw the video. It was a completely different reason. It wasn't because he didn't get tracking number. But that's the story. He's deleted that YouTube video, so that evidence is not out there. He's big on evidence, but he's deleting evidence and saying that, it was because I didn't get tracking number, then I got a crappy belt. That wasn't the case.
Yeah, no.
So we went by not just what Sean Randall said, but what Guido himself said.
What he said. He incriminated himself, y'all.
Yes.
He incriminated himself, and then what he did was he tried to cover his tracks in the snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we had already seen what he had posted and what he had said. And he knows what he did.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say this again. If you file a PayPal claim on a belt while it's in the air en route to you, you are defrauding that person. You have bad intentions, and that's what he did. And he keeps trying to leave that detail out. He keeps trying to shovel that away and trying to just give everyone this narrative that he's innocent.
Yeah.
No.
Something else he said. He had this thing. He kept showing a screenshot of his conversation with Sean Randall, and he didn't show the whole conversation. As a matter of fact, you couldn't even see the conversation unless you paused the video and zoomed in. if you could do that. But the last thing he said to Guido, and Guido would like to point this out, he said, I did not have an issue with you until you talked shit about me in your group. That's my issue. He brought this up like, what, 5, 6, 7 times? And he followed it up with, what's he trying to say? What do you think he's trying to say? He's trying to say you're a douchebag is what he's trying to say.
Right. You don't understand what your own question is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this guy's teleprompter is a coloring book.
Yeah.
That's what this is. And we keep this is
No.
go ahead.
You're cracking yourself up.
Ben, you're giving him too much credit. It's more like paint to numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like taking deer hunting, and he steps out of the cab. You have me a dead deer. Say, hey, good shooting, buddy.
Right. Yeah. Just what we need to do. We need to work on pushing him in his own little corner and give him the big block Legos so he doesn't get confused on how to put them together.
Yeah. He's
this
in
guy.
Well, he's in very few groups outside the zone. He's in Big Boys Belt, so I know that.
He's losing groups by the second.
But he's not in any of the mainstream groups.
No.
And there's a reason. And there's a reason for that.
There's a reason. What he does is he likes to target admins.
Yeah.
He likes to target admins, and he tries to come after admins, and then builds a case against an admin in a group. And I've told other admins, and they've seen it. They've seen the pattern.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell nobody how to run their group because I don't want that to happen with me and the guys that run Championship Belt Brothers. But I'm gonna advise you guys. Watch him. He did that claim. He did that case against Jermaine that he keeps trying to bring up. That maker keeps trying to send Jermaine text messages, PMs, and trying to send a friend request. All right. If somebody scams you, why would you keep trying to be their friend? This whole thing he tried to come up with this, and then he wanted to sit in Championship Belt Brothers like nothing happened. He wanted to crap in my backyard, and then remain in the group. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, man. And this guy, he presented himself in a very poor manner. If he would have introduced himself to the admins, if he were to come to me and say what his intentions were, I would have been more receptive. But he tried to attack Man Up, Joey Gray, Jermaine Floyd, Tyler Dove, Ken Harper. I just named 5. That's 5 admins of 5 of different groups that this guy has tried to build some bogus case against.
Yeah.
That's 5. How many more other people that he tried to defame, embarrass, and try to make them seem like they were a criminal?
Yeah.
But he was the same one that filed a PayPal claim on a belt that was in the air on the way to him.
Yep.
Take that. You guys could take anything away from me tonight.
I can tell you one thing, guys.
Take that away, please. Think about it.
I can tell you guys one
did
thing.
He file that PayPal
I will never be.
That was in the air.
That's the one that on Sean Randall. Yeah.
He not only filed that PayPal claim while the belt was in the air. He also claimed once the belt got to him, it was a crappy belt. But he keeps showing the belt off. He said, "I like this belt."
Right. Right. The belt is if the belt, and Gary Sutton, credit to Gary Sutton for saying this the other day, and I've been saying it in the private conversations. If the belt was so bad,
yeah, who is that?
I think that's Sean Randall. I think that is Sean Randall.
Yeah, I think that's Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the belt was so bad, well, yeah, Sean, I get good feedback about you. So, other people have gotten bad or good feedback about you. So we got you. If the belt was so bad, why
I just got one
would
last.
you display it? Why would you display it? Why would you have it in every one of your little videos except for the ones in the dark Well, I'm sitting in my car because my mommy said I make too much noise. Why would you display that belt?
Yeah.
I'm not done with
Any,
you, man. Better leave me alone. I
I just
got
got
more
one
coming.
thing to say. I only got one more thing to say about this. Is one, I will never in my life be intimidated by anybody. I don't care who you are, how tall you are, how big you are, what you think you have, what you don't think you have. Nothing in the world intimidates me. So, like Shinsei Nakamura says, bring it on!
I'm gonna say one more thing, then we'll get to something
I'm
else
never
that
intimidated.
Kevin's going to talk about. But he made an issue out of the fact that someone allegedly shared his address with us, and I'm gonna say right now, he said we'll lie about it, so it don't really matter whether
Right,
you believe it or
because
not.
we're a bunch of liars.
Yeah, we're a bunch of liars.
We
Yeah,
should have just put liar 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
in our names tonight.
First of all, I don't know his address. I heard somebody did, but all we said was, and it was in this context, that he's gonna piss off the wrong person, and that person is going to try to find him and do harm to him. And then I went further to say that it's not hard to find somebody because of the internet. It's out there. That's why I brought the fact that his address was out there. I mean, we found his address. It's not hard. You could find my address. It's not that hard. But he said, "Well, you're a leather guy." In his video, he said, "Well, you're a leather guy, and these other guys are, middlemen or whatever." He said, "Someone has a mind to share your address out there." That's fine. I don't care. A lot of people have my address. You could Google me and find me. It's not that hard.
Right.
Now, if you want to come
Right.
here and do harm to me, I would advise you not to do that because it could be harmful to your health. But, but, but we weren't going to share his address. That wasn't the whole point of the thing.
Never.
No, that's not something we do.
Intended.
We're above board
No.
on that deal, and I think it's illegal to do that. But we wouldn't do that even if it wasn't illegal. But that wasn't the point of it.
But he has no problem taking somebody's personal
I
pictures
wouldn't do that to my
from their
worst enemy.
Facebook.
Yeah.
He don't have a problem taking somebody's personal pictures from their Facebook and posting them with his little lame ass case numbers and file numbers.
That mean nothing.
It's every year we get some clown in
Yeah,
the
you don't
hobby
bring
that
wives
tries
and
to
kids
take
into
it
it.
over.
Yeah.
Every year, man. He's 2023 going to
Yeah,
2024.
you don't bring kids and wives and
Right. You don't do that.
It's
You
ridiculous.
don't do that. I don't.
And us saying this does not protect the scammer. That's not protecting a scammer. That's
No,
protecting
we're not.
innocent people.
No.
Go after
No.
the scammer by all means, but don't
Right.
go after the family. But to sum it all up, we invited Guido to come on the show, knowing full well he would not accept. He even said so in another video. He's been invited on other podcasts and declined because we've already made up our minds. Yes, we have. But I was willing to have him one-on-one, just me and him on the screen, nobody else. These guys agreed to stay backstage while he was on, and we were going to have a conversation.
Yep.
I was going to ask him questions. I wasn't going to be accusatory, but I was going to ask him questions, knowing full well if he did agree that we didn't have to agree on anything in this ship. If he agreed to come on, we could have left with having opposite opinions, or we could have come to some type of a consensus. I don't know, but I wanted to get some insight as to what he's thinking, as well as give him insight as to why everybody thinks he's wrong in what he's doing. And he has not responded at all to that invitation. I know he's gotten it because he watches the show. He says people send him
watches the
screenshots. That's
show.
bullcrap. He watches the show. We know that. But
He's watching right now.
yeah. So
There's
Hi,
no
Guido.
doubt. There's no doubt.
yeah. So having
he's
said
one
that,
of our
Kevin,
top watchers on YouTube.
yes, we appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, Ben. So having said that, Kevin mentioned today or yesterday, something like that. He I'll let Kevin talk about that. But Kevin is not normally on the show. He's not one of our regular co-hosts. He's the admin of my belt group, Wide World of Belts. He does a tremendous job. He has a background in law, and when he watches out for our group, it's down the line. It's there's no gray area, but he is as honest as they come. one of the most honest guys I know, and I think these guys would agree. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely.
But I'll let Kevin
Yeah, I
talk
believe
about what
100% he's honest. You know, like he.
I'll let Kevin talk about what he's going to talk about, and I'll take it away, Kevin.
Sean came to me and said, "Look, I need to get my side," which I understand if somebody's posting something in a group and finding you guilty, that you need a platform to speak yours. I've asked Guido before if he wanted to come on. He said that he didn't think it would be fair. And I said, well, it would just be me. And he said he still didn't think it would be fair. And I said, okay, that's fine. No problem. Left it at that. I've sent another message because Sean wants to come and do a live that he can promote in his group. He can put it in several other groups because it'll be in group. We're going to do a live. We're going to interview Sean, get his side of the story and his story out, so that it could be just as publicized as what Guido is doing with YouTube and Facebook. This will be publicized on YouTube as well as several other groups, and a bunch of admins have contacted me saying, hey, I want to put it in mine. So it's going to go out to about 15,000 members in certain groups, and he can put it in his group as well and be live. But I've sent out the offer to have them both on so that they can figure out what the differences is. I have no beef in the matter between them two, and I have no beef with Guido outside of the things that you need to be doing things legally, which you're not, and I've expressed that. And whether he listens, that's up to him. I have said to him that if you wanted to do a group, then you need to do it the proper way and just let people do it, and let people post the posts like it's in the scamming group that's been around for 5 to 7 years, where people post that, because then there's not a civil liability on you, saying whether you're going to hold somebody, guilty or not guilty, or defame them, and using it, based off merit and their actions. But you can't coerce somebody into doing something for your clicks. That's illegal in the way you're saying it and acting. So I asked, I've sent a message to him, whether he gets it or not. Sean's going to ask him. I don't know if he's asking him again, where they both can come on. There'll be no cussing, no other than us three on there. They'll both be interviewed. I'll ask the questions, but they're both just going to allow each other to speak. The other one will be muted by me so that they can't interrupt. They can't say anything mean and different. And if it does, then they'll be muted again until they act properly. But Sean's going to say what happened. He'll say what happened, and everybody out there can see it. And then when it's done, Guido can stop it in his group
I
with
respect
Sean,
that,
and Sean
Kevin.
will
That's good.
Sean will leave him alone, and Guido will leave him on, and they go on. But nobody has shared. I've not shared, his address. The address thing was something with a PO box and UPS. That's not your physical address. That's UPS. But it was presented to Sean that, he needs to answer the questions of, why are you using somebody else's PayPal account to do this, and it's not yours. And then some of the other questions that have come up as you presented this as if this was like an apartment or something, and that the lady at the front desk was going to get this package, and that's why, because nobody out there, do not mail things to PO boxes, because you will never have an opportunity to have any recourse if something happens. Even PayPal recommends not doing that. Even eBay recommends not doing that. I think eBay even has restrictions as to where they won't allow you to put up a PO box on certain things, and a lot of other things. A lot of companies won't mail to PO boxes too. But I'll allow Guido to say what he says and figure this dispute out so that they can quit, move on, and leave each other alone. And hopefully Guido will go about a different way of sending these people messages. And he just needs to open his group up to whatever his members are, to allow them to post the stuff. But it'll be a one-on-one interview. I don't have any favoritism in it between him and him.
You've never shown any favoritism on our show. You've never shown any.
No, you've asked me to come on to. I mean, he's taking shots at you, and I can understand you guys taking shots back. I mean, that's just life. If you're going to do that, then expect sling throwing back. But what I can see is he's not in a great light right now, and he's only in a couple groups, and he keeps being removed. I mean, he's only in one group that I know of, and if you keep going this course, you're going to scar yourself by continually showing your petty, by having to make videos to answer somebody else when you can't talk to them one-on-one. So this is an opportunity for you to square it. If he doesn't, I'm still going to let Sean say what he has. And I'll say this with that, because that's exactly what you're doing in your group. You're telling these people either come to your group and defend yourself, or you're guilty. Well, now you have an opportunity to do it live in all the groups that people have a problem with you with, and properly say what happened to you. So it's the same thing, except this time it'll be live, and I hope he comes on. But no cussing, no talking over, equally have equal time, and you both can talk as long as you want until you're both done. But he will give his side, he'll give his side, and if Guido doesn't want any comments posted on the screen, we will not post any comments on screens. If Guido wants to take questions, Guido can take questions. If Randall wants to be able to take questions, he can have questions being taken to him. But as long as if it's agreed by both sides to take questions, and they'll both. But it's just a way to settle it, and Guido can have
how much more
answer
can
all
you
these
do?
things and the questions that I have about your group and why you're doing it a certain way. And then the main thing is they can finish this issue once and for all, because you got to be able to, if you're any sort of man, and this is not a shot, but if you're any sort of man and you want to have respect and you want to get respect and you want to have respect for your group, then you have to humble yourself to answering questions when people come at you. That's the responsibility of an admin, and you have a responsibility as an admin to run a group properly, ethically, and the right way. And this is the right way to do it. And this guy's saying you're a scammer, you're saying he's a scammer. Let's figure out why, and then everybody else can decide for themselves, because that's ultimately what you do in your group, except you exploit it by saying if they don't respond to you, that's extort. By saying if they don't come to you, you're going to find them guilty. Nobody's going to find you guilty on this. You just, both of you, going to say your words and be done with it. And then Sean says, I'm never speaking it again, and hopefully Guido, he'll agree to not doing it again, or speaking of their situation again, and it'll be done. And neither one of them, if they both don't want it, but there's a lot of people that have questions for Guido that they've asked. But if Guido doesn't want to answer questions, he won't, and there won't be no comments that I post on the screen. And I can turn comments off.
It's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
And I can turn the comments off.
And I like the fact that he's going to mute the other guy while the other guy gives his opinion.
Yeah, you cannot interrupt him. You can't say
give him give him a neutral ground, because when Mark invited him to here, he wanted to hijack the show and give some canned questions and some pre-answered questions in order for him to see his side of it.
Actually, that's not true. I was going to offer that to him.
You was going to offer that to him, but he gave the impression that he's going to hijack the show. That's how he felt about it. He never gave you an answer. He never answered back. He had an equal opportunity. You offered the same thing, a neutral ground to him. You wasn't going to give him any type of issues, but he's been sitting up here attacking. So I stand corrected. My mistake. I'm a big man. I can admit that I'm a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't. But it will turn into me being a liar. So let me explain myself so people understand it, because he's gonna come back and say I was lying and and, do a video, and he's gonna be like this and everything. So that's he's not. We try to give him a fair shot, but he decided he wants to give some profanity laced 50-minute video. He repeated himself for 49 minutes. So
there won't
he says we're haters.
If you cuss, you're going to get muted, and if you do it again, then you get booted.
Well, you might as well get the boot.
I can't speak for any of these other guys, but he's referred to us as haters. I don't hate the guy. I absolutely don't hate the guy. But he is wrong in what he's doing.
I hate your actions, and I hate your civil actions.
Yeah, but for him to react, we have not used. I mean, we've used names. We have not used any profanity when talking about him.
No.
But it's just for us. It's just fun because he puts himself out there, and he's firing blanks. Is what he's doing. I mean, he's saying, "Well, you guys are lying about me. Here's my evidence." Well, his evidence doesn't mean anything because he's gotten rid of previous evidence. There was a video out
Right.
there back when the Sean Randall thing happened that is no longer there. He's since
Oh,
filmed
really?
a new
Mhm.
story to put out there.
He
This is his new
covered it.
narrative. Yeah. So, but we're lying about that apparently. But that's true. I saw the video. Ben saw it. I talked to Gary Sutton. Gary Sutton said he saw it. And I'm not gonna say what Gary said he said, but it pretty much goes along with what I thought he had said, that he had. It wasn't because he thought the belt was he didn't get a tracking number. It was because of some other reason. He then hit it off at the pass, I guess, went ahead and filed that PayPal claim, knowing that belt was on its way to him. And this is his own video, but it's gone now. And I tried to find it, I can't find it. So, you know, you have to.
Well, this will be just about this topic, so that
Yes,
he feels safe and he feels
Yeah.
whatever he needs
And
to
I
feel to do it. But he can. This is the thing that he wants, is to be able to prove that somebody's a scammer, so he can have the clicks in his group too. I can be able to, all he has to do is accept the link and do the link in his group, and it'll be live in his group for all his people to see, so that he gets the clicks over there.
Yeah.
So
and
this is
I want to speak.
this is your opportunity. And this is the way Sean will feel it. Sean doesn't want to come to your group and defend himself, nor should he have to. So this is the way he wants to do it. It'll be just about this. And if you want to provide any evidence, you can show it or whatever, or you can send it to me, and I'll put it up on the screen while you're talking. Whatever you want to do to fix your situation, so that you guys can stop. Because the only question that I'll have outside of this is, why do you continue to do it in this method of sending people messages saying that they've been accused of scamming, whether it is or not? You can't be doing it the way you're doing it to extort somebody to come to your group to have to defend themselves. Nobody in this country and our judicial system has to do anything to defend themselves on a public forum at all. But you do, on a public forum, have to abide by, and the Supreme Court's ruled on this, have to abide by civil liberties and your civil liability to accepting the terms and conditions on a Facebook, to doing things properly. And when you extort somebody to come to your group, you're getting into a problem. And I will say that the Sean Douglas situation, if he'd have done a little bit more research, that belt was not the belt that he got that they were using. That's a different belt. And Shane has said that several times. And Shane has also said that the guy that did the belt owed him a ton of money and is still in jail right now, or just got out of jail. But the guy's owed him a ton of money. So you don't know the whole scope of things that you think you do just because you're grabbing excerpts from one person. And it was also said that this guy is saying a belt maker has said some stuff, and then I've known admins that go to that belt maker and said, I've never made those comments to him whatsoever. You need to answer for that. But if it's just about the Sean, that's fine. But these are the things that people are growing up, and you're taking your own hit on yourself and your personality, on yourself, on your personally, to be in. Nobody's going to believe anything you say. And this is just a way to put them together and get it done. And Sean, this is how he wants it, so they can both say what they want, publicly, and get it out. And everybody else can decide for the month. They can find some mutual ground and go forward, and they can never mention each other again.
And I'll say this: all of us except for Kevin, Richard, Andy, and Ben, we've had our little fun with him. It's been a fun banter back and forth. I don't think he saw it's fun, but it's just been fun for us because we're not really personally involved with there. There's no emotion. We don't care. I mean, it's just fun because it's just fun. But Kevin has never. Kevin has been he's been right there on the fence. He's played it fair. He's basically laid it out there as he understands the law and how things should happen. So I think. Well, I know why he won't come on our show, because of what we've said in the past. I get that. Even though I've tried to make all these same concessions you're talking about, you have not had a dog in the fight. Am I correct? We brought you on here to give legal opinions.
He's insulted you guys. So it's just you guys. I saw that you guys asked legitimate questions, and he answered them with, "Oh, you're defending scammers. You didn't answer the questions of why you're breaking people's civil." Why are you breaking civil law? Why are you doing something that's putting you in jeopardy? Why are you telling people that they're guilty if they don't do something that you said to extort them? Why are you doing? You asked those guys questions, and all he did was answer that I saw in a brief excerpt. I don't watch his stuff or his videos. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
That he's just insulting and the Globe and the other stuff, and then personally attack. But he's never answered the questions except for saying, "Oh, your guys are No, and the thing that I saw that was very fair that y'all are saying is you shouldn't be posting family member stuff, and that's 100% right. And precedent has been many court cases of doing that. You can't do that, and you're going to get yourself in some hot water. And if you don't think, somebody reporting it to Facebook won't get your group shut down, you're in for a rude awakening if that stuff continues to happen.
Yeah.
So,
but I hope he accepts your invitation. I think it's a wonderful idea because I don't know how much more neutral you can be than to join Kevin on a live podcast under those conditions. I mean, the man is so concerned about wanting to clear his name that I would think that would be something he would want to latch on to. I think it's a perfect opportunity. I understand why he won't come on our show. I mean, we've taken our shots, so I can see where he feels kind of threatened by that. But I'd be curious to see what he has to say.
Y'all asked the questions, and he took shots, and he took shots at Ben, and he took shots at other people, and
we took shots too while we asked questions. I get that,
but he's never answered the questions.
No.
You guys answered every question that he brought up.
Yeah,
from what I saw. So.
Yeah, but I think it's a wonderful idea. I hope he accepts it. I'll watch it. I won't comment, but I'll watch it. We'll see what happens. So. I knew he wouldn't come on our show, even with the concessions that we offered to him. I get that, but you've never done that. You've never had a stake in this, so I think it's a great idea for a neutral party to do this. So
I mean, if you have the evidence of Sean scamming you, then you should have no problem in telling it to however you need to tell it.
Yeah,
and telling it where nobody will interrupt you, nobody will cuss at you, nobody will do anything, no comments, no nothing, no what. You be able to say it to 15,000 people across the groups.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then Sean's going to get his opportunity because he has the right. You put him all over YouTube. You put him all over groups. You put him all over wanted posters. I understand the guy was trying to help you get a belt.
Yeah.
And look what he got for it.
And Guido in that video the other night.
You can tell me stuff that if I have wrong, you can tell me.
And Guido said in that video the other night that he's not going to stop hounding Sean. So hopefully this will put an end to that. We hope so.
Then somebody's going to get you for harassment charges.
Harassment, yeah.
So hopefully this will put an end to that.
If that's reported to Facebook, I mean, I see people all the time, and Ben can attest to that in this other group. People get put in Facebook jail for over the silliest of stuff, and you think that you're not going to get that if somebody sends some stuff of what you've been sending?
Yeah.
You think that these are me being negative towards you. These are things just trying to help you, bro.
I mean, it's the point where he's going after our commenters for commenting an opinion about something.
Right. They can't even comment now. He's intimidating them.
Come at us. Come after us all you want to, but leave our commenters alone.
It shows pettiness and guilt. Great if you want to go after scammers, but you need to go after the right persons. But when you attack other people that are voicing their opinions, that's a sign of guilt.
Yeah.
It's a sign of defense. You're always on the defensive. You're always on the attack. So I just hope you readjust so that you can be a productive member of the hobby instead of being bulletin board material or a shot material or going after the people that are not doing the right. Because I can give you 10 people right now that I don't understand why you've not posted and made videos on them. Your whole scammers group is nothing but you going after people personally. That was not supposed to be your.
I'm glad you brought this up because I want to get these in before we run out of time. We have actually found an actual case. I think it would be a legitimate case for him to go after. This scammer took some money from a young boy. So let's watch this real quick and see how this unfolds.
Johnny. 4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2 plus tip.
Gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime. Sorry.
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
Well, it's funny. See, my mom had to leave early to take my brother to school and my dad to work because...
$2. Cash.
See, the problem here is that my little brother this morning got his arm caught in the microwave, and my grandmother dropped acid, and she freaked out and hijacked a school bus full of penguins. So it's kind of a family crisis. So come back.
So there's your clear-cut case of scamming.
Seems legit to me.
Seems legit. That's right. And we'll revisit that here in a minute.
Who the hell cares?
We'll revisit that here in a minute. Okay. There's actually 2 more instances that show evidence that this poor kid got scammed. But yeah, I hope he takes you up on it, and I hope it goes well, and we can get a little insight, and maybe he can get a little insight. I
But
think
y'all
it's
said
a
y'all
good
were
win.
done with him, but he kept going. So if he makes some
kept
video
going,
that I think he's
right.
promised,
Yeah.
don't expect that these guys to sit back, and I wouldn't expect them to sit back and take it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So if you'll knock it off, I'm pretty sure that these guys will stop too.
Oh yeah, we got better things to talk
Poking
about.
the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
Yeah, especially, I mean, these guys have a right to defend him, especially when you're making, it would be one thing them not to acknowledge you when you're just calling names or whatever, but when you're making accusations and statements, don't expect these guys to not to respond.
And I'm not claiming this here. We've taken shots. I mean, we have. It's just too fun because he paints a target. He just
If you
does.
can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a bumbling dweeb of.
Hey, as
of
long as my
brain
name keeps
losing
coming
out
out
my-
of his mouth, I'm gonna defend myself.
I was in tears laughing watching that live video the other night.
But whoever is his friend, I don't know who sends the stuff. Somebody said that EJ sends him everything. So EJ, send him this clip. Tell him to get up with me or get up with Sean, and I can get up with him. And it's just a link that he clicks on. It can be whatever. If the day it's supposed to be next Tuesday, if that doesn't work for him, Tuesday night at 8, I'm pretty sure Sean can make some adjustments, and I will make. I'm free anytime. I'm retired, so.
Actually, on the EJ thing, I was the one that said I thought EJ shared that with him. I don't know if that's true or not. That was just what I felt like it happened.
You're not the only one that said that to me. I
didn't-
would have said Mark. You know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So it may be, I'll
The reason
say
why
I have no problem saying, but that person's not here to say yes or no, so I'm not going to mention their name.
Well, the reason I thought it might be EJ is because about the time Guido started messaging me about our show from almost a year ago, that was about the time that EJ had gotten upset with me over some stuff I don't want to get into right now. But I'm not beefing with EJ anymore. I'm done.
He's been EJ apologized for whatever happened with the belt and the HD thing. He manned up and did that, so that was good. But if he knows him or if he doesn't, or if anybody out there knows Guido, I mean, this is just a fair situation to be able to settle this stuff, and people will move on, and then you can move on with your group. And I hope you do it the right way going forward. So
yeah.
I
applaud what he's trying to do.
Whatever you want to help it to get it right.
We've applauded what he's trying to do. It's just his methods are questionable.
It's
That's
completely the wrong way. It's the complete wrong way.
Yeah.
When you have a responsibility, and Ben can say this, Andy can say this, Mark can say this, and Richard, we're all admins here. We all have groups. It's a responsibility. And when you cross that line of responsibility and using it as a platform to attack and use your own personal feelings, that can never end well with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to keep your personal feelings out of something that is a public group that you want people to join. You have to keep them separate.
Yeah. There's an update to that paperweight case. Let's take a look at it. I mean, see what you force a kid to do when you take $2 from him. It's just pathetic.
My God, who the hell cares? My God, who the hell cares?
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Jeez.
But yeah, I'm done talking about it. We said that before, I know, but he went shot that video the other night and took some shots at us.
I'm just saying it's not going to be done if he makes the video about you guys. It probably won't be done.
I know.
And you guys have every right to do it. And if he attacks me, I have all day long. I have no problem using the courts to do what I need to do to protect myself and my family and my things.
I mean, I have nothing personal.
There's just no need for this stuff.
Yeah,
you could be an asset. You could be an asset to the community. but you're insistently wanting to take the position that you have, and
And he
use
takes
it as a
pride in it.
personal,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He takes
personal
pride
platform.
in being he takes pride in being the villain. How you gonna be the villain if you're trying to help?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Again, contradicting yourself. But okay.
I want to bring this up real quick because we're running out of time. Johnny sent me this, and I think I saw a little clip on this. But John Laurinaitis, who we mentioned earlier in the Vince lawsuit, his attorney claims that John is not a predator, but a victim of Vince McMahon, and the truth will eventually come out. This is Alex's World. It's a post from Alex's World. It says the notion of Laurinaitis being a quote unquote victim is downright pathetic, and it's evident he went along with it, fully aware of what the consequences might be. Nonetheless, this is an opinion piece, I guess. Nonetheless, it's not surprising to see him throw Vince under the bus to save his own hide. His statement all but confirms the allegations. This is opinion.
And I've
So,
already seen a lot of that. You've seen excerpts of people now coming out saying, "Oh, I saw this, I saw this, I saw." There's a lot of that going to be happening. But Vince is a predator, and hopefully he never gives access to it. He's not in the great of health. So
yeah,
No.
I agree.
did you guys just hear? I somebody sent me this the Marty Jannetty news that doctors have
Yeah.
Oh
said
no,
his
that's
leg
right.
must
Yeah,
be- his
Yeah.
leg must be amputated. So that's unfortunate.
That
And
is.
it is.
It is.
Did you see the picture of his
That's
foot?
terrible.
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
horrendous.
that was terrible.
It
Horrendous.
looked horrible.
Horrendous.
It looked like it went through a grinder, man.
I didn't
Like,
see the
bad.
pictures. I didn't see the
yeah,
pictures.
I saw a picture and I was like, "Whoa, that looks really
Yeah.
bad." And that was
What did he
a
do
month
to
or
it?
so ago.
What did he do to it?
I'm not
I can't
sure. I don't
remember.
want to
I-
confirm, but I know he had an injury or something. And
I thought it was a mass infection that they couldn't get rid of and keep getting rid of, and
okay.
it kept.
Was it gangrene?
no,
Well, if it
Okay.
turned into that, it might.
it
Yeah,
might have
it
turned
could-
I
into
think
that.
it was.
Right.
No?
Yeah.
It's just a shame because I know and it could be some substance abuse that led to the infection spreading, and I know he's had some of those in the past, and that could let it not been healing right. But I don't know if he's gotten rid of all those substance abuse things, and if he's done and he's clean. Hopefully he is. Because
Facebook
he's a
user.
great wrestler. Great wrestler.
Oh, I did see that picture.
Yeah,
I did see that.
that's
Oh man.
Yeah.
massively
Oh.
infected.
Oh, that's horrible. That is horrible. Wow.
And
It
you
don't
can
even
see
look
that
real. That's
suture,
how
yeah.
bad it
Oh.
looked.
Oh, it's
There,
like
there's
cartoon
no.
foot.
There should be a drain in there to drain some of that, and I just can't. I don't know who did that, but there seems to be some.
That's just.
If it's swollen like that, you should definitely have a drain put in there.
Oh,
Right.
surgery on his ankle that led to an infection. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Think
there you
about
go. And I don't know why taking that picture. You
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
have gone
that's
straight
right.
to
He
the
had a
ER.
major surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have a drain in it.
This Facebook user, thanks for bringing that up. That we could use that as a topic for next week. We're not gonna have time to really go into it this week. We're about out of time, but that's a great topic to talk about. CNC.
Sure.
Speaking of CNC,
They're
I was
different.
advertising this belt as an HD belt, but it's not. It's a CNC belt, and I want to thank Vinny Carquito for pointing that out because he asked me about it, and I went back and looked at the Dream Championship belts chat with me, and he confirmed it was CNC. I'd forgotten. This is a CNC belt. I have it for sale. It's $375 shipped. It's on my leather on Dream Championship belts plates.
Well, you mean it's highly detailed, and that's what
Yeah.
you know.
That's basically what it comes down to is
It's
highly
not ac-
detailed.
It's not acid etched HD. It's
Yeah.
CNC.
It's just etching that's very nicely detailed. So,
Yeah,
and this
you
is
can
really
absolutely see
deep.
it is.
This is really deep.
Yeah.
So I have this for sale for $375 shipped. I also still have.
You can
Oh,
easily
it's-
say that some makers,
Ouch.
some of these makers that I see claiming acid etched HD looks completely horrible, and some of these guys with CNC looks better than some of these pack
Yeah,
makers that do.
it's an
acid etch.
unnecessary debate. Just
Yep.
etching is etching, and people disagree with me on that. But this is also the Fandu Dome Globe. It's got a little bit of tarnish on the main plate, which is known by
So
Fandu
nice.
for tarnishing. But
Like
it's still in great shape, and I'm asking $350 for this, which is a big discount for what you get when brand new. And it does come with the NWA belt or the belt
What are
bag.
they new?
I think they're $450. I think it's what I paid for it. $400, $450.
Yeah, they're
So-
going for $450.
Okay, so you really need to look close. They look like little water spots, but it's not major tarnished, but I
How
need the
about
room.
tonight only 325? How about that, Mark?
Nah.
Throw it out there. Tonight only till midnight, 325.
350 shipped.
Oh, I tried.
350.
350, yeah, 350. I did have somebody offer me 325 for us. No, they offered me 300.
Oh my goodness, Mark.
And I'm going to have this one for sale probably soon by this weekend. This is unique championship belts plates on my leather, and I'm in the process of lacing it. I just have the bottom left to do. It's got that double loop lacing on the back, and it's got blue backing. Blue backing, complement the plates. So if you want
belt.
this is also 350 shipped. This is a brand new belt, unique championship belts plates on my leather. So hit me up after the show, or it'll be on the sales post as soon as it's done.
My God, who the hell cares?
I do. Ow.
Oh my God.
Hurt my elbow again.
Did you
Hope
guys
my team
hear
doesn't.
Gypsy Rose? Was that AEW?
Yeah, I saw the picture
Yeah, I saw a picture
with Ricky
yeah.
Starks.
My favorite part of the show was the professor in the front row. He was
We went
rocking
so
out
deep.
when Rob Van Dam was coming out.
We went so deep, we forgot to talk about the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we can talk about that next week if you want to.
Yeah, we can do that.
But CM Punk's hurt.
Yep.
Towards he what did he tear?
It's pectoral.
Tricep.
Tricep.
Out of shape looking.
So they're going to have to rebook the Royal Rumble, or not the Royal Rumble, at WrestleMania. They're going to rebook that. There's a lot of speculation as to how it should be booked. I don't like that. I let them book it. But I've seen a lot of armchair
And
bookers.
the bloodline story. Please give it to Cody.
Will Cody get to finish the story? We'll see. It remains to be seen.
Something new.
Head of the table. Acknowledge me. Didn't one of you guys have some belts to show off? We got 4 minutes left. Or did I imagine that?
I sent you a belt of the week one if you wanted to do it, but I think you sent your other one.
That was last week.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
Oh yeah, you did.
Well, we
cares
can
about
do that
myself.
one for next week.
Yeah.
Or if you have it up there now, we can put it up
That's
there.
a sexy grandpa right now. Put him on full screen again. Put him on full screen again. Wow.
Grandpa, where's your cummerbund?
Hold him right there.
Oh, you're gonna get somebody wound up by showing that off.
Is that a shoot or work, Mr. Maggart?
That's a shoot. He showed that off
Damn
last week.
well those plates are not that big.
Somebody offered to put him onto a maker and get him a good one.
You're looking for a dome globe, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
Mark's got one. Grandpa.
Yeah.
We need a video tour
Well, he
one
is.
day.
He's got one of those.
Grandpa's room.
Yeah. He's
That's
done one.
what would be a good thing.
we
Each one
already
of us
done that.
do a
I'll do
tour of
another
their
one, though.
collection stuff, of their collectibles.
And if I
That
ever
would be a
clean up
great
my
thing to
room,
do.
I'll do my room.
Yeah, that would be a great thing to do. Each one of us do a little tour of their collectibles, a video, and to play it.
I got to clean up my room.
Yeah.
You guys would like to see that? Put that in the comments.
Hopefully, I'll have mine cleaned up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Each week, each person show it. Mark started off showing a video of one of these
The
guys.
little beaver belt.
Each one of
Yeah, I
these
think
guys
that's pretty
here's
cool.
Their video and their collections. I think it'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're about
I've
out of
done
time,
it
guys.
quite a
Once
few
I clean this
times.
up.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
I've
a lot
done
of
it a
people will
few
stay
times,
otherwise,
so.
but
I want
We
to thank
can
our
do it
sponsors. I want to thank our sponsors tonight. Unique Championship. I want to thank our sponsors tonight, Unique Championship Belts and Mark Leather. And don't forget to check out Ashley Southern Designs on Facebook. If you want a custom shirt made, she can hook you up.
I need
She
to
does,
hit her
she
up.
does great work, everybody.
She does. Yes, she does.
I need a special rock and roll double drop kick.
Yeah. I'm a little late with this little graphic, but anyway, anyone have any parting words?
I want Andy's shirt.
I'm working on a Ricky Morton interview, so
Oh,
we'll see if it comes through.
okay. I was going to explain what this was going. This is, like I said earlier in the show, this is not a knock on Beltomania or Bam.
No.
This is a knock on Guido. This is Baltomania, because that's how he pronounces boss. Now, he says we're making fun of his accent. I'm sorry, but we do. But that's Baltomania.
Baltomania.
Yeah, that was in honor of the Guido roast.
Yes.
So, thank you for showing that on me. Yeah, Gianni's going to send me a belt. He's supposed to get
I
next
have
week. He's
one
keeps sending
last
me
comment
pictures
to
of belts
make.
he's going to get. Okay.
If you don't have anything nice to say, do not say it at all.
This is gonna be gold.
Keep it
What
scrolling.
our mothers used to tell us and our
Keep it
fathers.
scrolling.
Yeah. If you have nothing nice to say, sit next to me.
Yeah.
No,
I'm a big
what
boy.
Richard said was great. It's perfect. Yeah. There's
I
one last
love
update on the.
gold.
We have one last update on the Paperboy.
I want my $2!
Oh my god.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Great
movie.
movie.
Great
Now,
movie,
Better Off
but,
Dead. Check it out, everybody.
But that
Great.
needs a case number. If anything needs a case number, that needs a case number.
Do you remember? Imagine that kid had interest on that $2.
Oh yeah.
Aha.
Okay. So on that note, on behalf of Andy, Richard, Ben, and Kevin, I want to thank you for joining us again this week, and please join us again next week. And we might talk about CNC versus HD. I think it'd be a good topic to talk about. Oh yeah, go Finns! I know. How are they doing in the playoffs? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
About as good as your Oklahoma Sooners did.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Hey, everybody.